18th, 2022. I'm in this pattern. I don't know any generals. There are, on the TV, they have a woman as a noun, as an attorney general. I mean, the label looks like it is, but now one of the reporters who looks like she could be familial with this attorney general in my state, says this interesting word pattern called general rule of thumb, because I know there's a general public, but this one was like general rule. Now, I've heard general rule of thumb, but there's nothing that follows that. I've heard the phrase used before. But here's the thing. When the general is supposed to lead with general rules, and the general no longer looks like the general population, that's a real problem. And it's something that currently is a systemic problem in the state of New York. I'm looking at a televised something from state of New Jersey, and wherever this reporter grew up, she was given general knowledge. But in New York, the general public is not given the same knowledge. Seems to be an ongoing thread and theme of being deceptive and a problem. Because I don't know how generals get into that position and why anybody would allow a general to sit in a position where they no longer match the public. It seems like it sets one's area up for hostile takeover. So there's some semblance of congruency. But how do you unseat the general when you've been here the entire time and they've been in some secret capacity? How does one protect their family from these things? And they're withholding safety knowledge, that's for sure, because these two kids are on vacation. They're digging in the sand. They went to dig a hole 10 feet. One of them died. And I know in New York, if my kids ask, they want to dig a hole, how deep can they go? I have no idea what the standard is. The general standard is being withheld from the general public. That's a safety violation for at least the last 4 decades I've been here. Linda has been here 7. I don't think she knows either the answer to that.
When he and his 17-year-old sister began digging a hole on the beach. Authorities say that hole collapsed, trapping the teens. Emergency crews rushed in using buckets of water, ladders, bulldozers, and other heavy machinery to free the teens. Caverly's sister surviving, but the 18-year-old died at the scene. Authorities tell us they've seen dozens of similar cases over the last few decades in states like California, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and North Carolina. Just this past weekend in Utah, a 13-year-old was killed after being trapped under sand at the Coral Pink Sand Dunes. Park rangers believe the teen was digging a tunnel in the side of a sand dune.
Local officials say the teens were digging about a 10-foot hole with frisbees, now warning about how playing in the sand can become unsafe. The general rule, don't dig a hole that's deeper than your knees. Janae Norman, ABC News in Toms River, New Jersey.
So the general will give her general information and general knowledge to keep herself safe. She's allowed to broadcast it. I don't understand, though, why the local general is not informing the public and keeping them safe in any way. There's been a lot that's been withheld from our persons. It's star 1978, star 8378, Nicole, Cattaruzza. It's Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. It's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361. Today's May 18th, 2022. There's also two other things. There's two football stadiums. They call them New York Giants and New York Jets. But neither team actually plays in New York. They have stadiums in New Jersey. Why is that?
The fact that the New York Giants and the New York Jets play their home games in New Jersey has been the source of debate and anger for years. But now two fans are suing over it. The two are filing a $6 billion lawsuit to have the Giants and Jets remove New York from their title because they say they play their home games in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And they're accusing the team of false advertising. They say they only found out the teams played in New Jersey after buying tickets to a game at MetLife Stadium. The lawyers for the NFL say they're seeking to dismiss the suit. Meanwhile, the owner of the Giants is upset for another reason. John Mara upset the NFL scheduled one of their games on Rosh Hashanah this season. Mara told the New York Post they have always requested the league take the Jewish high holy day into consideration when formulating their schedule. The NFL responded by saying they are, quote, never able to accommodate every request. The Giants are scheduled to host the Cowboys on September 26th for their only Monday night football game.
There's something between market share and market makers going on, which I can't quite put my finger on. But I seem to be at the really shitty end of that stick. It's May 18th, 2022.